very chance to play competitively throughout the summer. You got to rely on your training, individual workouts, and everything else you got to do to prepare for an NBA season. This time I was actually able to play, in a controlled environment, a competitive environment, being around, some of the best players in the world, playing against some of the best players in the world. I think that gave me an opportunity to come in this training camp ready to go.
Carmelo, Daryl Joyner, WPIX 11 over here on your left. You bring in a Derrick Rose this year as well as Joakim Noah. How does this team compare to the talent that you've experienced here with the Knicks during your time? And are you glad to see these extra bodies, talented bodies, come in to help your cause and promoting and projecting this team into the playoffs?
I don't think there's been this type of excitement surrounding our team since I've been here over the past couple of years. I think the guys that we brought in was a group of guys that was put together, in a very strategic way. The type of character guys that we have on this team, the work ethic that the guys that we have on this team, the focus level that everybody has right now, and that was just me seeing it from afar, being a part of when I got back from the Olympics, being in the gym, being around guys, talking to guys. The focus level is at an all-time high. For myself, for the guys that's on the team, for the new guys who's a part of this. Derrick, I've seen him play multiple times. I've seen him over the course of the year. He's extremely focused right now. He's healthy. He has a different mindset. He has a clear mind, and he's ready to go out there and try to help us, with our goals. Joakim has been extremely, he's a character. He's very intense, very emotional, and you can see that with his workouts. You can see that in the gym. You can see that playing pickup. You can see that playing just him in the weight room working. You can see the focus that these guys have. And a guy who nobody really speaks about is Courtney Lee. I think he's going to be a great addition to this team. A guy who just comes in and do all the little things, do multiple things out there on the basketball court that a lot of people don't talk about. And then we have another guy, Brandon Jennings, who's his focus right now is to win, is to play good basketball, and to help us, lead this team. And he's focused, and everybody else is focused as well. So for me, to see that from afar, being in the Olympics, and looking back at the guys that we have on this team, from that standpoint, the focus level is at an all-time high.
Hi, Carmelo, welcome back. Chris Herring from the Wall Street Journal. I guess I was curious, do you feel different physically generally when you start a season after you come back from the Olympics, one, and then two, when you look at your last few seasons, aside from you having good seasons, your teams have had some of their best seasons. I think your best team in New York was after you came back from the Olympics, and also I want to say the last time you went to the Olympics with Denver, you came back and had the best season you had there with 53 wins, I think, and both times you also had a new point guard when that happened. So this time you had Rose, last time there was Felton, and Denver it was Chauncey. Is there anything that is different for you when you have a new point guard, that either that you're excited about it or that it just helps you to play differently?
Well, I've never played alongside a guy like Derrick. I've played alongside other point guards in my career, different style, different type of point guards. But to play with alongside an explosive guy like Derrick, someone who can pick the pace up, who can push the pace throughout the course of the game, someone who's a threat, at that position. I think for me, the only thing that I can do is just go out there and play basketball and enjoy playing basketball again, having fun with the game, and just taking it kind of one day at a time. I mean, this is a new group of guys that we have on this team, and we don't know what's going to happen, to be honest with you. We still got to put this thing together. We still got to start training camp tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. We're looking forward to that, and I'm excited. I haven't felt like this in a long time. Coming into training camp, I think every year everybody's always optimistic about their team and what the goals are and what, can happen. I think this year we coming in with a clean plate, and we have an opportunity to, make our mark and start off the right way. Everybody get on the same page, and everybody has that one goal.
Steve Popper from The Record. You've had, I think this is your 5th coach since you've been here.
Don't remind me, please.
and a lot of new players here. I think not 9 new players. Do you think it's an adjustment? I guess you had some of these guys down in Puerto Rico. Is it a big adjustment for you guys through camp here to kind of learn each other and learn what Jeff wants?
Well, we have to. I mean, we have a totally new group of guys that's on this team. Everything looks good now on paper, but it's not until we actually get on the court and start putting things together and seeing who fits with who, how it fits in, what are we going to do, what's our identity going to be as a team, how we want to play on both sides of the court. So it's not going to be until we actually get going and get through training camp and the first month of the season. We got to knock some kinks out, but I believe once we get it rolling, it's going to be a good thing to watch. Probably at least 8 to 10 guys came down to Puerto Rico. So it's, I try to, over the past couple of years, I've been trying to just create, that vibe and getting guys together before the season and kind of taking themselves away from, the game of basketball and, trying to grow and be together off the court and get a chance to know everybody. I know this year I was able to get, opportunity to learn more about Derek, Courtney, the other guys that we have on this team, Brandon. So that's more of a social event, for me to get guys there so we can get an understanding of who people are, not as basketball players, but as people.
Ian Begley, ESPN.com. Carmelo, Phil, and Jeff and Steve on Friday said that there's been some conversation among the guys about doing something to bring awareness to the social unrest across the country. Have you talked to guys about it, and do you think you'll do something as a team to kind of bring attention to the issue?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we would address that. We would do something. It's just a matter of what that is. We want to do it in the right way. We want to, whatever we do, we want to do it as a collective group. I don't know what that is yet. We'll figure that out. But we want to do it all together. We want everybody to feel a part of it. We want everybody to have a right to make their own decisions on what they want to do. And we'll go from there. I think everybody sees what's going on out there in the sports world and, what everybody is talking about. So for me, it's not about one single gesture. If the guys, we want to create a gesture or figure it out, we're going to figure it out. But we're going to address those issues. And, my goal is to keep, the conversations moving forward and going, talking to the right people, getting in front of the right people, making a stance for, kind of what we believe in, whether you're black, white, indifferent. I think it's for everybody to come on board and really try to help out and figure it out. It's not going to happen overnight, but we got to continue that dialogue, continue that conversation.
Jeff has talked about an offense being sort of like a hybrid of the triangle and some of the stuff you ran in Phoenix. Do you have a preference about what you want the offense to look like?
I honestly don't know what this offense is going to be. I think everybody's speculating something. I honestly don't know. I haven't talked to Jeff about what type of offense we're going to run, what we're going to be doing. I guess we will all be introduced to kind of what's going to happen tomorrow in our first practice, but I have no idea what's going to happen, what kind of offense we're going to run. So I can't really give you any details on that.
Mark Berman, New York Post. Jeff has said a few times, though, he's encouraged you, we need you to run the floor, as opposed to maybe in the past where you were trailing, to create the fast break better. Also, Phil was talking about finishing around the basket, where you're not getting as many calls as you used to, maybe to adjust a little bit. Have you been accepting this sort of advice?
I'm always open to new ways and new things and experiencing kind of new situations to help better my game and help better everybody else's game. So we'll see, man. You know, I'm ready to get out there and just go play and, you know, figure this thing out as we go along. You know, we're not gonna figure it all out in this first week of training camp here in West Point. It's gonna take a while, so there's gonna be a lot of adjustments that everybody has to make. You know, figuring out how to play with one another, who likes which spot on the basketball court, which lineup plays better with who. So we haven't figured none of that stuff out. Everybody, it's just all speculation right now. Just everything is on paper right now, and you know, a lot of schemes are being thought about and talked about. You know, I'm pretty sure with the coaching staff. So we'll figure all that stuff out.
I guess I was going to ask you, each year you kind of come in with a sense of what you think your role might be within the team in terms of what they need from you. Jeff seemed to speak as if he was saying that and Phil as well, that they didn't want you to feel quite as much pressure as you felt in the past years where you guys were struggling to win games, and that you feel more of a burden to score when that's happening. They're bringing in Derek and other people. Do you feel like maybe some of that weight is lifted off your shoulders a little bit in terms of what you'll be able to do?
I hope so. I hope so. But I mean, let's just be quite frank. At the end of the day, it's gonna take me to be the best that I can be out there on the basketball court to make this successful, alongside with everybody else doing their job and playing their role and being the best that they can be. So, yeah, I'll figure the game out as the game comes, and whatever that particular moment needs me to be, I'll figure that part out. As far as taking the burden off of me, yeah, we put guys around, on this team to go out there and play and perform at a very high level. So some of the pressure is off of me, but at the end of the day, you guys know as well as I do that the pressure is definitely on me. So I accept that. I think that's the beauty in this, and I embrace that. I love those challenges. I love having my back against the wall. I love being in a situation where we can create something and be successful. So I'm looking forward to all those pressures and all those challenges, and I'll take it head on.
All right, thank you very much, Carmelo.
Thank you.
Next up is